Good evening and welcome to TC Network. I am Tingnay Team Hokip, bringing you today's news. Today's top headlines include 16 armed groups under KNO to consolidate as Cookie Army. Bodies of all 5 family members who fell in Lonavala waterfall found. News in details. The Cookie National Organization KNO, one of the groups under suspension of Operation SOO, held its 6th convention on June 28 and 29 and unanimously approved the agreement signed on November 20, 2023 by all the 16 armed groups under KNO to form an organic body called the Cookie Army. Apart from informing this, PS Hauki, president of KNO, had a talk with our media persons today that the convention also resolved that department concerned of the organization shall take up poppy eradication drives under the suspension of Home Secretary in consultation with CSOs. The convention also resolved that special attention shall be given to strengthen relation and coordination with CSOs and public, he noted. All the SO groups have been in dialogue with the central government since 2008 and formation of Self-Government Express as Autonomous Territorial Council ATC within the state of Manipur is the key demand of the groups. Before the talks or demands could be concluded with the government, unfortunately, on May 3, 2023, widespread disruption in the state happened. Elaborating his point, PS Haukip said the demand for ATC was right as it is within the state of Manipur for proper development and progress of the state. According to PS Haukip, the state has autonomous district council, but it does not meet developmental and welfare aspirations of the people. As such, SO groups want to elevate ADC to ATC and talks in this regard went peacefully until May 3, 2023. He said, adding that the demand for union territory is under Article 239A of the Indian Constitution and talks in this regard with the government were going on very smoothly and on the right direction.
Date 28-29 June, KNO armed wing som la gup CC2 convention la kitu homen. Hecha kilol na penso hele ningkuma 20 November 2023 niya armed wing som la sagiin. Khana umtaw ti organic dinga sign ki kai pen bangchun 20-29 June convention ki hona chun abon chan armed wing CC minjo ki sumangin Cookie Army ki titai chule golhang lam kai diong chu TH German chu Chief of Army Staff ki tia designate ki bolahi.
While talking with a reporter, PS Haukip said on 29 of June, the KNO armed wings comprising of 16 groups held a convention meeting. The KNO Armed Wings on its meeting on 20 November 2023 had resolved to dissolve all the organization's name and come together as one under the solemn name Cookie Army. German has been designated as the Chief of Army Staff.
CC ajeju ki ho khana kam ding ta ajeju chun non su group CC ong chu thakhan in kichi hom han nang hele nam jong damin tin chule buin ho loading demand ho EP ho ki bol ho loading ki vesui jo de tia hi.
The KNO Supremo further said all the SO group have come together as one and the Army Brigadier gives his full support. The few non-SO groups are also welcome to come under the Cookie Army banner. This will clear all misunderstandings and lessen the amount of bribery and demands on the local people.
Ansu group hanglu CC ju Unified Command ki aitan is the gilona ju Chief of Army Staff ju hunglam kaintin gulhang ho deployed men ho ai lo le chu da bonga ju min khana na ki to ding ju nam song damintin boina mai jong le gang ta chu ik het mat tu dingo achum chu hi ta lu ya chu nasadan pilhin na machal na min de ti ka kinep na je pathin zala.
He reiterated that if the SO group talk with the Home Ministry, there will be no problem of the non-SO group coming under the same banner with the SO group. The public have been continually shouting for unified command, which is impossible to implement until all the groups come together under the same banner. On the question of tagging Kuki people as illegal immigrants, PS Haukip said it was a misnomer and further explained by saying that some people fled and took shelter in Manipur and other states of the northeast because of fear of being killed or atrocities from the military junta government in Burma. A day after 5 persons, including 4 children, were swept away in a waterfall located in a restricted area approximately 2 kilometers from Busi Dam in Lonavala. 2 more bodies were recovered on Monday during a rescue operation. The bodies have been identified as that of a 9-year-old girl, Maria Akil Sayed, which was located in the morning, and 4-year-old Adnan Sabahat Ansari, who was found in the evening. Police Inspector Suhas Dakhtap of Lonavala City Police Station said. A team of rural police, INS Sivaji, and members of Siv Durga Mitra Mandal had carried out a search operation on Sunday and traced 3 victims identified as Amina Salman alias Adil Ansari 13, her sister Umera Salman alias Adil Ansari 8, and a woman, Sasitra Liaquat Ansari 37. On Monday, a team of government officials and Pune Rural Police carried out a survey of various dangerous spots in the region. The government plans to impose restrictions on people entering these locations in Lonavala region during the rainy season to prevent such mishaps in future. A senior police officer said the district collector will issue orders that tourists will not be allowed to visit certain dangerous spots in Lonavala after 6 p.m. Nearly 19 members of the families of Liaquat Ansari and Yunus Khan from Hadapsar in Pune City came to Lonavala for monsoon tourism on Sunday in a private vehicle. They include a couple that got married recently on June 22. They had gone to the waterfall located in the interiors behind Busi Dam in Lonavala. Police suspect that the flow of water was less at first. However, due to heavy rain, the waterfall gathered momentum, due to which 10 tourists playing at the spot were swept away around 3 p.m. on Sunday. Police said 5 of them had been rescued, but the other 5 were swept away into the reservoir connecting the dam water. Police say the spot where the incident took place is a restricted area under the jurisdiction of Indian Railways and the Forest Department. As per the directions of the district collector, a meeting was held with officials from Railways, Forest Department, the Pune Rural Police, Lonavala Municipal Council, and other government departments concerned on Monday. The place where the incident took place is about 2 kilometers behind the Busi Dam. There are boards installed in the area so that people to know it is restricted for tourists. We have identified certain dangerous spots in Lonavala. Restrictions will be in place at these spots as per prohibitory orders of the district collector. We appeal to people to be cautious while visiting and follow the restrictions laid down by the government, said Satya Sai Kartik, Sub-Divisional Police Officer, SDPO, Lonavala. Former cooperator Farooq Inamdar from Hadapsar area said the victims are relatives of each other. The woman who died in the incident worked as a domestic helper. Parents of the children who lost their lives are into a small business of selling bakery items. Of the 19 persons who went to Lonavala, 1 hails from Uttar Pradesh and others have been residing in Hadapsar area of several years. I came to know that the couple from Sayat Nagar that got married on June 22 also went for the trip and got injured in the incident, but their condition is stable. The Indian Meteorological Department has issued an alert for widespread rainfall and thunderstorms across several regions of the country on Sunday. Recent satellite images indicate the presence of convective clouds, signaling the possibility of light to moderate rainfall at several locations. According to Indian Meteorological Department predictions, intense spells of rain could be accompanied by isolated thunderstorms, cloud-to-ground lightning, and gusty winds in Punjab, the adjoining state of Himachal Pradesh, southwest and extreme northwest Madhya Pradesh, Bihar, Jharkhand, South Gujarat, South Telangana, Andhra Pradesh, South Karnataka, North Tamil Nadu, West Bengal, Sikkim, Assam, and Meghalaya during the past 24 hours of June 30, 2024. Additionally, areas of Odisha, Konkan, Goa, South Medak, Maharashtra, Kerala, Arunachal Pradesh, Nagaland, Manipur, Mizoram, Tripura, Lakshadweep, and the Andaman and Nicobar Islands could expect light to moderate rainfall with isolated thunderstorm, cloud-to-ground lightning, and gusty winds during June 30 to July 4. However, the Weather Department warns that maximum temperatures across most of the country are unlikely to change significantly. The opposition demanded a separate one-day discussion on the NEET paper leak row in the lower house of the parliament. The ruling National Democratic Alliance and the Congress-led India bloc's deadlock continue on Monday, with the latter walking out of the Lok Sabha over its demand for a discussion on the raging NEET row. The opposition demanded a separate one-day discussion on the NEET paper leak row in the lower house of the parliament. On the other hand, the government wanted to continue the motion of thanks for the president's address to the parliament. Leader of opposition Rahul Gandhi demanded that Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla allow a discussion on the row over alleged irregularities in NEET UG 2024, claiming over 2 crore students have been affected by the paper leaks. We wanted a one-day discussion on NEET. It is an important issue. More than 2 crore students have been affected. Paper leaks have happened on 70 occasions. We would be happy if you allow a separate discussion on the issue, Gandhi said. Reacting to Rahul Gandhi's demand, Defense Minister Rajnath Singh said, a discussion can't be allowed till the House finishes the motion of thanks. In my decades-long tenure as a parliamentarian, never has any other issue been taken up during the motion of thanks on the President's address. Other issues can be raised after passing the motion of thanks, Singh said. Rahul Gandhi and other opposition leaders later demanded an assurance from the government that the NEET issue would be discussed after the debate on the motion of thanks. We can send a message from the parliament to the students that the issue of NEET is very important for us, Gandhi said. Speaker Om Birla said there was no convention of taking up any other discussion during the debate of the motion of thanks, and members can give a separate notice for the discussion on NEET. As soon as Om Birla asked BJP MP Anurag Thakur to start the discussion of the motion of thanks, the opposition walked out demanding a categorical assurance from the government. The NEET UG medical entrance exam under the scanners after 67 aspirants scored full marks in one of the toughest exams in the country. The law enforcement authorities in Bihar meanwhile arrested several people who allegedly leaking the NEET question paper. The Central Bureau of Investigation is probing the alleged paper leak and other irregularities in the conduct of the exam. Israeli forces advanced further on Sunday into the Sijaya neighborhood of northern Gaza and also pushed deeper into western and central Rafah in the south, killing at least 6 Palestinians and destroying several homes, residents said. Israeli tanks, which moved back into Sijaya 4 days ago, fired shells towards several houses, leaving families trapped inside and unable to leave, the residents said. Speaking at a weekly cabinet meeting on Sunday, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu repeated his stance that there is no substitute for victory in the war against the Islamist operative Hamas. We are committed to fighting until we achieve all our objectives, eliminating Hamas, returning all of our hostages, ensuring that Gaza never again constitutes a threat to Israel, and returning our residents securely to their homes in the south and the north, he said. While the offensive focused on Gaza, in the Israeli-occupied West Bank, 1 man was killed and 5 were wounded in an Israeli strike near the city of Tulkarem, according to the Palestinian Health Ministry. The dead man was a member of an operative Islamic Jihad, the group said. The Israeli military issued no comment. Hours after Netanyahu's comments about Gaza, the armed wing of Hamas released a video purporting to show weapons making in a show of defense. The video, which was not immediately verified by Reuters, showed fighters preparing anti-tank rocket warheads. In the background, LR's TV screen showed recent news events to indicate the video was recent. Our preparation is counting, said writing at the end of the short film. The Israeli military said forces operating in Syria had killed several Palestinian gunmen over the past day and found military infrastructure inside a United Nations school, as well as dozens of weapons and valuable intelligence documents. On Saturday, the military announced the death of 2 Israeli soldiers in northern Gaza. In another raid in Syria, the forces located a terrorist war room at a clinic, said the military, which again accused Hamas of embedding itself in civilian structures for terror purposes. Hamas denies using civilian sites such as schools and hospitals for military purposes. The armed wing of Hamas and the allied Islamic Jihad reported fierce fighting in both Syria and Rafah, saying their fighters had fired anti-tank rockets and mortar bombs against Israeli forces operating there. North Korea has fired 2 ballistic missiles and the second may have failed and blown up, possibly raining debris inland, South Korea's military said. Monday's launches came a day after Pyongyang promised offensive and overwhelming responses to new military drills staged by the United States, South Korea and Japan. South Korea's Joint Chief of Staff said a statement that the missiles were launched 10 minutes apart in a northeasterly direction from the town of Jangyeon in southeastern North Korea. The military said the first missile flew 600 kilometers but did not say where they landed. North Korea typically fires missiles towards its eastern waters, but the second missile's flight distance was too short to reach that far. Joint Chief of Staff spokesperson Lee Sung-jun later told a briefing there appeared to have been problems with the second missile and that if it exploded, its debris would probably have scattered on the ground. South Korean media, citing unidentified South Korean military sources, said it was highly likely the second missile crashed in an inland area of North Korea, while the first one landed in the waters of the country's eastern city of Chongjin. Monday's launches were the first from North Korea in 5 days and came as the US, South Korea and Japan ended their Freedom Edge drills, new multi-domain trilateral military exercises. Pyongyang typically frames such drills as rehearsals for an invasion of proof of the country's hostility. In both North Korean politics and military policy, the best defense is a good offense. Leif Erik Isley, professor of international studies at the Ilha Women's University in Seoul, said in email documents. Pyongyang is also determined not to appear weak while South Korea conducts defense exercises with Japan and the United States. Last Wednesday, North Korea launched what it called multi-warhead missile in the first known test of developmental advanced weapon meant to defeat US and South Korea missile defenses. Although South Korea disputed the claim, it said Pyongyang had launched what appeared to be a hypersonic missile, but it spiraled out of control and exploded. On Friday, North Korea began a key ruling party meeting to determine what it called important immediate issues related to works to further enhance Korean-style socialism. Observers said the meeting was continuing on Monday. That is all for today's news and have a pleasant evening ahead.